Hello and welcome back to Foos Entertainment. As you can see, we're inside the house this time. Well, watched these over the past couple of days. We told actually probably past 3 days, but it was my birthday recently, and I decided to kick a couple of days in between franchises for myself. While I finish up my vacation from work. Which means I'll be looking more worked. In a couple of days, as you see reviews starting Tuesday, I say. Alright, well, this was fun to watch this movie, and I will do two things. Just let me preparate for it right now. Don't worry, I'll show the disc as well, but first, let's show the new artwork the Scream Factory did on it. This is the new artwork for Jeepers Creepers, which is the film we're reviewing today. As you can see, this is pretty good artwork. I really like this artwork. Now, unlike the Candyman movies, except for the exception of Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh, although very creative, the artwork originally for these movies is very mundane. As you can see, this is it right here. Very mundane, very cool and interesting, but just very mundane when you take this and you compare it to this. I think it's pretty safe to say which is the better artwork. The new artwork is a whole lot better than the original artwork on this one. Alright, well, now I got that out of the way. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to show the disc. You guys saw the special features disc. Well, here's the disc for the actual film. Scream Factory went all out with these movies by giving us 2 disc sets for the first 2 movies. Haven't watched the third film yet. I'll probably watch that later. I remember it being a really bad movie, so it would be more of a rant than it is a review. I like Jeepers Creepers 2, but I did not like the third one. Alright, well, let's talk about the first movie. I originally saw this movie with well, ways, kind of like a protege of mine, I guess we call it, with my niece. And I always had a soft spot for this particular movie. I thought that it was quite a good horror movie, and it's one of the few horror films that really does something pretty spectacular. It actually makes you feel for the main character. And it's a pretty ballsy movie on the execution of the film, by the end of the film. The audience is being represented by the main character in the movie, which of course is the character of Derry, played by Justin Long. He was actually the main character in the movie. Though not credited as the main character of the film, he is the main character. And he represents us, the audience. That's actually what he does. He represents us, the audience. And throughout the movie, we see him getting terrified by the creeper. And then they get really ballsy at the end by literally having in a really good exposition of us not actually seeing it happen, but hearing it and then seeing the aftermath of it. Our main character, us, the audience, sort of us in the movie, the main character meets his demise in a very horrific way. And that always shocked me, and it still does. It doesn't shock me nearly as much as it used to, but it still does shock the hell out of me today to actually see that happen in this movie at the very end. Very diabolical in my opinion. Well, this is how you make a good horror movie. Is how I look at it. this film's very interesting in the fact that it's like it's like um, almost like having two chamber piece movies at the same fucking time. You have chamber piece with it being on a big highway with with our main characters in the car, and of course Creeper in this scary, horrific truck, which is older than time. And of course, within a police station. So it's kind of like two chamber pieces at the same time, one after the other. So, no, it's double negative. I said at the same time that I said one after the other. I guess it is one after the other. So I'll correct myself there. But, very interesting how this movie is made. Now let's go into the plot of the movie, since we are at 6 minutes now. Not that I care these days about how long the videos are. But I do try to keep it at 15 because it's a faster delivery system. Alright, well, the plot of the movie is very much this. A older sister and her younger brother are on their way to visit their parents during spring break. And basically on their way, on this almost like ghost town like highway to where no one's really there, they come across this mysterious truck that has on the license plate of it "Be Eating You," and the truck tries to terrify them. After the truck obviously drives past them, they come across some old building that I guess used to be a church. And of course they were talking about this whole like urban legend about these two college students who after a dance and a party disappeared. And rumor has it that the girlfriend out of this couple is known to have lost her head during the ordeal. At this old building, they actually see the scary truck that freaked them out earlier throwing a body down a pipe. And of course, political correctness, which always gets you in trouble in these movies. This is why I really never ever understood this whole political correctness of things in the world. Horror movies have told us. Horror movies have told us for a long, long time. Don't be politically correct. If you become a politically correct individual, you're kind of fucked. Because you're likely to die. Because you're politically correct. And I'm sorry I say that. I know a lot of people are like, what? Sorry, I'm not politically correct. I think for myself. And horror films kind of teach you to do that. Maybe that's why I think for myself. I don't know. If I am influenced by horror movies, it's not in a bad way. It's probably in a good way. Alright. So the younger brother wants to see if anyone needs any help. He convinces his older sister, who of course his name is Trish, and of course the younger brother's name is Derry. I haven't established that. And so they go pretty much over there. Derry falls into the pipe and finds himself in the basement of the church, of the abandoned church, where he finds a teenage boy who was dying, who literally was so bad together with something removed from him. I'm guessing as it was his heart or some vital organ the creeper ate. And basically, he flashes his flashlight at the walls and finds out that there's pretty much a whole bunch of bodies from 200 years of killing that have been probably put like a big corsage all around it, around the basement. And then he finds the couple that people talk about in like an urban legend, that it's supposed to be there to frighten teenagers, that actually really happened, and that their remains are actually stitched into all these other bodies within the basement of the church. Obviously, Derry and Trish escape and go back onto the road, and then they are pursued by the creeper. That the creature that we are going to be meeting later in the movie, fully exposed in that horrific, mysterious truck, trying to get help from the police, and then they come face to face with this creeper, this thing. We never quite did figure out what it was in any of these movies. When the creeper actually goes ahead and devours and mutilates and kills both of the cops. He tries to cover his tracks by burning the church to the ground, the whole Van Church. And then we find out that the creeper is actually obsessed with the younger brother. When they try to get help from the sheriff's apartment in the next town, creeper pursues him, kills pretty much all the sheriffs and police, deputies and all that stuff. The older sister tries to plead with the creeper to not take her brother. But because she doesn't fear him, he takes the younger brother, and then we see, obviously, our main character. We hear him screaming in the background. In very, very scary, horrific screams that are definitely enough to get you a little squeamish just from fear. Then we see pretty much him, all his brains have been eaten and pulled out of him, as well as his eyes and everything behind it. So the creeper literally fested on his brains and his eyes, and he's all stitching the remains together. And our main character has this very scared and very fearful look that is enough to definitely make you question your sanity. Very big executionally well crafted end that still even gets to me a little bit today. Of all the horror films I've watched, this one still does kind of get me. Alright, well, quality. Again, I watched this film theatrically. This delivered. This really felt like it would have been a wonderful experience watching this movie on the big screen. And like Scream Factory is known for doing, no matter how you watch their movies, these guys really do have a passion for making an old movie that never got respect, have respect to where it looks absolutely brilliant when it comes to the picture. So yes, very good color temperatures, very good cinematography, very good use of restoring this movie. It's pretty good because this film came out in 2001. This is actually pre, 1080 2K days. So this came out in 2001. Although it is kind of credited as a 2002 movie, it's actually in a lot of ways a 2001 film. But for sake of argument, we'll call it a 2002 movie. Audio. I was surprised. The audio in this film is amazing. There's a really good use. It does feel mundane at most times to where the audio doesn't really feel like it's delivering. But then, at certain points in the movie, the surrounds kind of sneak up on you. And then you hear this excellent execution of how the surrounds kind of sound. I'll admit I have since then kind of recalibrated the system in different location. So all of this in front of me now have more of an Atmos DTSX effect. But you can still kind of figure out if they did proper use of surrounds or not. Even when it's like that. This was the last film I watched where it was in the older configuration. But yeah, very, very, very good. Well, that's pretty much it for Jeepers Creepers. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I will see you guys next time for my review of Jeepers Creepers 2. And we actually made the 15-minute marker. I'm so proud. Well, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.